That's boring.
Okay. Can you see me, chat? I am not playing Wraith with a silent bell. That's not happening. Hold on, let me turn off my... That's not happening. Where is my... There we go. Get rid of all that. It's not happening. It's so boring. Wraith with silent bell. Like half the fun is if I'm gonna play Wraith ever. What even is my Wraith build? Hold on. There's Bing Bong Man. Okay. Right. It's a boring build. I haven't played him in so long. Renders the wailing bell completely silent. Nah. Nah. Where's the add-on that makes it, makes them hear the bell everywhere all the time? Like they can't determine it. Nah, my girl is Plague. I love Plague. But yeah, give me a second. I need to hop into the chat because we are planning on doing a Swift at some point, but I need to know when the homies are on the way. Since we started a little bit early, they might still be on the way. There we go. At least I'm in there now. Okay. Now let's get the chat back up. All right, hi everyone. Hi, hello, welcome to Dead by Daylight. Get ready for some absolutely not pro strats in DVD. The Bone Chill event is on right now. If you don't know what that is, let me just click this real quick. So, you get to jump into these snowmen. Yeah, you get to jump into these snowmen and like throw snowballs and things like that. It's fucking hilarious. I've been having so much fun with this. Oh, it's a joy and a pleasure. It's a joy and a pleasure. I'm very much into this. I did it again. You can see all my stuff there. I forgot to put this to the side so that I could see chat, and I can't see chat, and I want to see chat because I want to see all of you. Hi, chat. There we go. I can see you again. Skibbity-dibbity. Yeah, skibbity-dibbity. Alright, so if you want to know my Plague build, get ready, get set. It's not the most exciting thing, but it is exciting to me. So... I have a Plague build that's called You Scream, I Scream, We All Scream. That's what I like to call it. It's just a lot of screaming involved. So I have an add-on that causes, whenever I take up from the pool of corruption, basically she vomits all over everything. She's Vommy Mommy and I love her very much. She's great. I like her. Basically, it's a build that makes people scream and reveal their locations constantly. And I've been trying to put my blood points into Chucky so that I can get his, Oh yeah, Knight's been disabled! You can find me in the club. Look what they've done to my boy. Yeah, I'm trying to get their... Is it... Another random subside. Yeah, Friends Till the End is the one with the screaming. But I want it tier 3 before I go further. Before I load into this game, I'm just gonna at the homie so that he knows that we went live early and we'll queue up. We'll do a little killer. Do. I don't have the Yogscast alerts up, so if y'all end up doing stuff, you gotta be loud about it. Watch us not get a game. First they disable him, then Onryo made him take his perk. Yeah. How loud? Very loud. How loud can you be? Oh my gosh, am I not about to get a play like match? The way this is taking a lifetime. What if she do a little dance? I think this is the limit. A little louder, Empty Null. Come on. Oh no, Melon is dying. Fuck. Looks like you're just getting Carol Killer. Just me. Rip. Get well soon. That's okay. Alright, you ready for my first match of the day? I specifically saved it for this stream so that you could... Oh, whoops. I left my phone open and it was dictating everything I was saying to Melon. That was bad. Oh, yes. Oh, I can't wait to vomit all over these survivors. And then we'll kick it over to Survivor ourselves because it's far more fun to hide from the killer and Snowman. You ever just want to be a snowman? Do you wanna jump in a snowman? A snowman that is horrific. It's kind of bloody. I don't know why it has teeth. I think those are claws. Santa Claus? Yes. Alright, this is a warm-up game. Hey! It's the map that Gideon's named, that's named after Gideon. Wow, my brain. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. I could just start off, but no, I want to vomit on everything. Does that mean... That's rude. Oh wait, space. I didn't rebind it. I changed my bindings back. God damn it, that's embarrassing. Where in the hell are they? Whoops. Oh, I love it so much. Where the hell? Y'all? What? What? Where are they? It's dead quiet. What the fuck? That's fine, I just need you infected. Ah, damn. Oh wait, yes! Now you're infected! And you've already... besties! Go on. Carol Killer? You know it, you know it. This is me after drinking too much eggnog. Too much eggnog making you sick? Have you considered drinking more? Maybe you just haven't reached the eggnog threshold. Have you considered? mean, that was a decision. That was a choice. That was bold. You know what? I commend Dwight for this. I'm wishing him all the best in the world right now. He really tried. He really went out of his way. Oh, for the love of fucking Christ. I mean, yeah. Ah! That reached! Honestly, let's go. Let's fucking go. Where are the fucking hooks? Oh, it's all the way over there. That's hell. Where was the hook? Where was the fucking hook? I mean, sure. Okay, well, he just got off hook, so... I wouldn't want to meet Mousie in a dark alley. She scares me. Listen, listen. It's the Christmas time. Maybe Plague just wants a little hug. Haven't you heard? Where'd she go? Aw, look at them. Damn, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Yeah, girly pops, I see you. Where are you? Where did she? What did she just do? How did she? Oh, fuck it. How did she manage to do that? On my way. Everyone just out here vibing. I've only gotten 2 hooks. Oh, that's up there. Okay, cool. I kind of don't want to... There she is. Okay. Oh no, what have you done? Oh no. Here we go. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, a joy to you. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. On the hook you go soon. Oh, no, no, no. Come here. We're not gonna be doing that. Oh, hello! What?! She actually went downstairs? Lame. Bro. Okay. They might get this. It's a warm-up game! Oh yeah, they're like way down there. Okay, fuck it. Isn't there a drop down? There is. Perfect, okay. Oh no! Nice. So warm. Come into my sweet embrace, my dear. She's got quick and quiet on. Oh, perfect. There's someone over here. Hi. Nope. Not happening. What? Dwight, come back here. Dwight, come on. You know you want to have some fun. Dwight, come here, sweetie. Imagine all the fun we could have. Dwight. Drop all the pallets. Go on. I'm not trying to camp. I swear. Bro, I'm not going after the person who's invincible, but they're both sick, so this is good. There's one gen left. Should I? What if I slugged a little bit? Imagine if I slugged just a little bit. Okay. I see you. What the hell are they doing? Girl, what? What's happening here? I mean, we can do this. Your friend's broken most of the pallets so far. Sure. These were choices that they made. I can vomit on the hatch thing. Da 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 da. And now they go to the other one. Oh, there they are. Hi. They're gonna get away, but that's okay. They're cleansing? Bro? Where did they go? I mean, bold, but sure. What the fuck is happening? It's not the greatest first Plague game of the day, is it? Where are the snowballs? Bye! See ya! Oh my god. Okay. Let's get a Swift going. Do you ever just... Did I do it? Did I didn't get all my hook states for that. Oh, there's a bonus on Survivor as well. Do you ever just... Oh, oh. There we go. It's Swift time, baby. Okay. Am I actually gonna try and take a flashlight? I don't think that's the smart play. Maybe I take a little medkit. A little medkit as a treat. As a treat. Hey, bunny. Okay. What do I have? I have one escape cake. Why don't I have anything on my girl? Oh, I got a cracker! Look, the little firecracker things. Wait, no, that one, the entity claimed that one! I best believe. Yay! Okay, how many snowmen do you think we can hide in? In the meantime. Do 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 do. The entity was feeling festive. You know what? The entity can have a little one as a treat. I am granting permission. To the voice channel for the moment. I'm trying to, at least. I've got the Wii menu music. Do anyone else ever just randomly get the Wii menu stuck in your head? Does that happen to anyone else? Oh my gosh, what if I got a little hair for Jeff? Do we like this? Is this a vibe? The ponytail is not vibing for me, I'm gonna be honest. The man bun kind of is, though. I'm gonna do it. I'm making bad decisions. Chat, you can't stop me. Oh, I've literally put nothing into Jeff. He's like baby. Oh my gosh. We never do any other day. Why would we today? I mean... I'm just saying. Okay. Do. I like his sweatshirt. Hello, I can do one game after that I'm off. No worries, no worries. All these blood points. Make sure you're logging in, homies, to get the blood point advent calendar stuff. I keep trying to remember to. Let's go. There we go. Loadout. Is this really what I'm taking? Do I not have? Oh, I have streamers. Okay, how many snowmen do you think we can get away with hiding in? Chat, listen. The snowmen are kind of... Also, Sim. Where is Sim? One, maybe two. Maybe two. Do.
Hello.
There you are, hi. Figured we'd want at least some comms.
I didn't want to be eating my cereal when I joined the voice channel.
Have you just woken up?
Like 20 minutes ago.
What is it? What time is it over in Canada time?
It is 1/4 afternoon.
Yo! Let's go! The Crimbus special, waking up just before noon.
Yep. I woke up at 9 o'clock and then I went, oh, that's too early. It's a Saturday. And then it was very quickly 11:45.
Poor Melon. Dude's fucking dying of some illness right now. I told him last night, I said, I hope you don't have COVID. And then he messages me and he's like, mate.
No.
I don't think, he's just not sure if he has it or not, but he was like, I'm wrecked.
Is he wrecked from the sickness or from the cold medicine and the wine?
Maybe both. Who do we have?
It's a great question.
You're being very bold and already starting on this generator out in the open. This is considered out in the open.
Radius. Oh, it's Trapper.
It's Trapper? Do we
It's
have
Trapper.
a baby killer?
Well, I don't know about that.
I do.
Oh my god, these gens. Oh, what the fuck?
What?
There's a gen. These gens are like 5 feet apart.
Maybe don't do the ones that are 5 feet apart, because 3-genning might not be the best idea.
Well, I'm not gonna do it now.
Although 3-genning is kind of iconic.
Oh. Hit me once and then left.
But what if it is the best idea? I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh fuck.
Where is he?
Stab myself a little bit. He's chasing Arca.
Okay, that's one snowman. Shh, easy. Easy does it. Easy does it. Watching. Carefully. Is he just...
He's kind of camping it. He put a trap in the thing.
I'll guard you.
Yeah.
Wait. This trapper hates Christmas! Grinch confirmed! Grinch confirmed! Imagine hating Christmas. Imagine. I basically gave them this hook, I won't lie.
Oh, he's behind me!
Yes!
Oh, shit.
Go, get away, someone else can get me. Just go, just take him far away.
He did not chase me, he hit me once and came back.
Den's coming to get me, it's fine. Den's got me. Okay.
I forgot we'll make it, so I was trying to put the gun.
No, that's fair,
wait.
that's fine.
Oh, I haven't been hooked.
Where the fuck is he?
In the house.
Where's the fucking...
Oh, he's at the front of the house.
And that's where I'm not now. Yeehaw! Where are my...
Oh, he knows I'm here. Okay.
Where... Bruh. Where are the... Where? Where? Oh, I found a gen. That's fine. I was looking for a totem.
Oh.
Totems are my city. Do. Please don't. You better not become. No. Does he have barbecue and chili? Probably. It's more likely than you think.
He might. He did look to be running down there.
No! Fuck! I didn't mean. No! I just want to throw snowballs. Sir, why do you hate Christmas? Imagine hating Christmas. Imagine hating Christmas. Imagine hating Christmas. Imagine hating Christmas. We're doing great for our first Swift game.
Oh, damn it. Oh yeah! Ah! Let me get off the floor!
Oh shit! I didn't mean to hit that! I hit the wrong button! We need to run! Or heal. That works too. That man is coming back. That man is...
I had the endurance from off the record, no.
Okay, I'll try it. I'm gonna try and actually play now. What?! So listen, I never said I was good at the game.
No.
I never said I was good. Alright? Alright, no one comes to the Yogscast for good plays. Alright? Listen. Cut the feed. Cut the feed. No, Arca! Oh, fuck. Mousie, watch out, there's a bear trap. Shit, was there? Why didn't you say something sooner, Pancake? There was a bear trap there? This is quite the revelation.
Fuck! Again! Well, it's fine.
This trapper knows where to put his traps, at least.
Okay, I got off the record work this time. Why is there one?
What did you actually? Wait.
This is in the middle of nowhere.
I love how he just stood over me as well, and he just sort of like watched me struggle on the floor. Like that was genuinely a moment for me. Sorry, my typing fingers only go so fast. Usually is my fault though. Don't cut the feed. I'd watch it regardless. I appreciate that.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
I'm so sorry.
We brought all the bloody party streamers for that.
I don't think. Den, I... Three gens... They're gonna try and use Arca as bait. Imagine.
Uh-oh. It's dangerous.
What is happening? Okay, well now Den needs to try and get off the hook.
4%?
Come on!
Oh.
No! There wasn't a chance. It's a warm-up game.
Well,
It's fine.
yeah.
This is a warm-up. It's a warm-up. It's just a warm-up. Chat, this match wasn't canon.
I'm used to looking at everything except the floor. I don't want to look at the floor when I'm playing against a trapper. Finish now every challenge in the boat and shield tome.
Well, what did they have? Pop Goes the Weasel, Sloppy Butcher, Brutal Strength, Spies from the Shadows. Sorry, you made this... made the stupid assumption he wouldn't be sweaty. Someone actually used Spies from the Shadows? Wait, hold on. Chat is so warm from all of those warm-ups. Thanks, Mousie. Yeah, I'm just doing my part. I'm just doing my part. I'm just getting you, like... I know how cold it is out there, okay? I know how cold it is. Thanks for the game. Thank you, thank you. Ark is so lovely. Ba, 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 ba. Should I put more points into the homies? I keep forgetting who I'm actively trying to put points into. Do you ever have that issue?
No, because what I do is I save until I have like 1.2 million blood points, which is basically all you need to go to fully prestige someone, and then I just spend all of them at the same time. I will never, I never partially update anyone. It's bad.
I mean, fair enough. Just make sure we
And
get
then
some
I spend
points on Nick.
20 minutes in the blood web every time.
Oh yeah, we're ready up. Wait, hold on, let me get... Michaela, do. I'm out of those streamers. Bonus blood points in the survival category! Bold move. Let's see how that plays out.
Yep. We're also supposedly getting 100% from the blood hunt.
Oh yeah, blood hunt.
It doesn't. I feel like they're not all stacking, but unless they don't show in the game, like end game screen, the blood hunt ones. We're playing with a Claire.
I love that outfit. What the hell? It's a Nia outfit, okay.
Yeah. I don't... That must be a special. I don't think that's in the store.
It might be part of an outfit. Could be colder, it's 9 degrees right now in the Netherlands. I mean, yeah, I too live in the Netherlands. It's still cold.
I assume that's Celsius, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just gotta check. I don't know.
I've lived here 4 years, my dude. When will I...
No! Not you. The empty null in the chat says 9 degrees. I assume that everyone except the US uses Fahrenheit, but then for some reason...
Wait, sorry?
No, wait.
Wait.
Did I say that backwards?
Hold on. Hold on. Wait a second.
I assume everyone except the US uses Celsius. Everyone uses metric. But then the UK uses like miles per hour for some unknown reason. So I'm like, do other countries just? Yeah, they do.
Surely not. That's a lie.
Do.
That's a lie. You can't convince me that's true.
It is. Cammy's
Yeah, we do? You do? You're lying to me. I only got into one snowman. I'm really sad about that. I'm not gonna lie.
I did something really mean when I was playing yesterday. So the killer had jumped into a snowman and they were like running away.
We're home!
Walk-ins.
We're home! Oh, home sweet home!
Okay, well, I've spawned up here, so I guess we'll just do this one.
Did you spawn upstairs?
Yep.
Godspeed.
Oh, it's corrupt intervention.
Which means we're going towards her.
I'm also in the terror radius.
So am I. Who is it?
Great question.
Interesting. I heard a sound. Just gonna blessing up right now. Sometimes I pronounce it caramel, sometimes I pronounce it caramel. Life isn't meant to make sense.
Oh, I got disconnected. Oh, we all got disconnected.
What?
Server unavailable.
What?
I lost my item for that!
No! I lost mine as well!
I need like 12 XP to level up, and I got none from that game. It was an Oni.
That's grim. But my party popper! I'm sad!
No.
Alice?
This cracker.
How will I crim this now?
I lost my buddy party streamer for that!
Yeah, I did as well! I did as well!
Robbery.
I've been robbed. Chat, how will we Crimbus? Can you put on the kettle for me?
Huh?
Could you put on the kettle?
Yes.
I'd really like a cup of tea. Okay, I'm ready. Streamers are no dice. Oh my gosh, Alice. Yes. Oh my god, Alice. Holy shit. That is a look.
Oh my god.
You know, Ace is the quietest survivor.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's how you know someone's good, is when they're playing an ace. And if you're playing an ace who's like wearing the right outfit,
Okay, this is not
that's how you know you're gonna be a hard code as a fellow survivor. Right, Aleph?
So we can trust him to be. I'm going to be dead weight. Mousie, are you fluent in Dutch now? Everyone got their party streamers? She knows left and right pretty well in Dutch. That's true. Links Rex.
Also the same in German, as it turns out.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah. I got to that section in my Duolingo for German. And I was like, hey, I know this one.
Stroopwafel. You mean these? What is it with pretty people playing Dead by Daylight? Hot people play Dead by Daylight, bestie. Haven't you heard? We're all hot. Just saying.
It's a secret one.
Watch it be a Mori.
It's a Chucky with an ebony Mori. Guarantee. Every time.
Bro. Don't manifest that.
That's true. I did that yesterday.
Is it a Chucky?
I don't know. I said that yesterday. I was playing a game and I was like, oh, it's a Chucky with an ebony Mori. And then it was a Chucky with a green Mori.
4K hour DVD player. We must lose our hotness after time. No, 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 no. Hot people play Dead by Daylight. It's a fact. It's a fact. Damn, I best start playing Dead by Daylight then. Exactly. And then you're hot. I don't make the rules. That's just how it works. Okay?
Garden of Pain. Garden of Pain. It's not a name for survivors. It's fine. Unless we get two gens to spawn 1 foot away from each other.
Why was somebody already screaming?
Oh, are we playing Doctor? Is it Doctor? Have we just been fooled? No one took damage. Fuck me.
Sir? Sir?
Just squeaked a little bit.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Oh, it's a nemesis.
We're playing against Nemesis? No! Alex is already down. He did say. Oh my gosh, he's on the hook there. What survivor does diversion come from? I keep meaning to put points in.
Adam?
Adam, right.
Oh, I missed the thing! Drop the belt! Yeah.
What just happened and
Yeah.
why? What did you do?
I was looking back at Nemesis and I missed where the pallet was.
Ultimate
I
weapon,
just
what
ran into the
game
wall a
is
little
that? Alien. No! Oh my god!
Oh, are we doing a tunneling? Is that what's happening?
Is that what's happening right now? Alan's already on the second hook! Surely not. I've aimed to be distracting. Did it work?
He's chasing Den,
Okay.
so maybe. Alex needs to get a vaccine.
He does.
Which one not fire? Alex, come this way.
That's not a gen.
This way.
Where are my totems?
Alright, I'll bring Alex the vaccine then.
Fucking crows.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Just a little totem. Don't you ever just want to get a little totem as a treat? Don't you just love that? Just a little totem. The fuck? Where the fucking totems? Chat, I need you to manifest a totem.
He's got that perk.
He's got
we
that
put him in
perk,
bait.
does he?
I don't know what it's called, but I have blindness when I'm working on the gen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm screaming.
Hi, hello, I'm here. I need to go get Den.
Oh, I've screamed and I'm blind, so I don't have my
I'm going to grab Den. Let's take him to
windows
the
of
basement.
opportunity.
On my way. No, don't lead him to Den.
I'm not trying that. Well,
Is
he's
he
in the
going? Is he
house, right?
taking him to the basement as well?
Yep,
Yes.
as it turns out, here's the basement.
Okay, Den's gonna make it to second hook. I need to. Fuck.
That is unfortunate. I
What?
don't know what this build is. That was wild.
We're not gonna talk about that. 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 Let me heal you. Ultimate weapon triggers after he opens lockers, and yet somehow.
Yeah, ultimate weapons when you leave the locker.
No.
Right?
No. He opens a locker, causes people to scream.
Oh!
Oh, that's a zombie. That scared the shit out of me.
I think Alan is about to die.
Oh, he's 100% about to fucking die.
Oh,
He's
it's
Maury!
It's Maury. Oh, he's opening the locker.
We'll talk about it a little, bestie. Bro. Please! I just want some Christmas cheer! Chat, do you ever just want to build a snowman? Is he taking me to the basement?
Snowman. Nope. Hello, sir.
He dropped me. Sir?
Does he see me? Oh, he sees me now.
Yep. Yep. "30 seconds. When you enter his terror radius, you scream and are blinded."
Oh, shit. I didn't know Den was in there.
Yeah, he didn't either. He completely missed him. Keep fighting that good fight. Oh, fuck!
Not chasing me.
Sir, please! I just want to have a Christmas! This is not very Christmas of you!
Leave her alone.
Yeah, just pelt him with snowballs. Oh, I'm the obsession. That's probably why he didn't want to hook me. What if we just... Listen, hear me out, hear me out. What if we just throw snowballs at him?
What the fuck?
Sings, would you like to build a snowman? Yeah. What if we just throw snowballs?
I was in the snowman. You just threw the snowball. Just immediately.
Hi, could you hit-
Oh, imagine if I had Power Strike on. He dropped me.
No, he's picking you up. Sir! He left me! He left me! Snowball King!
Punch me.
Snowball
I dare you.
King! I hit him! I hit him with the snowball from far away! I need more snowballs. Let's go, King! Hold on, I'm chasing him down, I'm chasing him down.
I'm just dropping every pallet I can find because my challenge.
I got him. He's ignoring me.
Yep.
I'm a menace. I'm literally trying. I'm literally trying.
It's fine. Too far away for that. Oh, I've got.
Lucky for you, he's
Blindness or
determined to kill
something?
me ASAP.
I'm out of pallets. How did he? What? Oh, I got endurance deep wounded. That's why.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. What madness am I witnessing? Listen.
That'd be boring. I burned every pallet on the map, so.
We're having a snowball fight. I got you! I got you! I got you! Where's the snowballs? need snowballs.
There's some like at the far end of the road there.
This is Dead by Daylight. So bold. It's so bold. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he got into a snowman. Where's the snowman? I need a snowman. I need a snowman. Snowman? Snowman? Where's my snowman out? There he is. Okay, hold on. No! I want to be... Bro! Oh wait, here's another one. The zombies are hugely like... Oh, he's saving me from the zombies! Hey, he got me!
That one's dead.
Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so good at this! Yo! I need more snowballs. I'm out. I'm gonna be out in a second. Oh fuck, I missed. Do you ever just Christmas? Honestly, same.
Always.
Hey, look! Christmas! Christmas! I got him! I got him! This is so funny! My aim's awful. Oh my gosh! What is... Chat, let's not talk about this aim, please. Hold on. Okay, let me... It's a Christmas miracle. We have a Christmas nemesis. Honestly, this is so good. Where are the snowballs? Where are the snowballs? I need snowballs. Say that to my shattered head. Okay, listen. Listen, sometimes...
Just watching just climb on the scoreboard.
Oh, he's up on the house. Oh, damn, this aim is bad. Oh my god. He's even taking out the zombies for our snow fight. Sometimes you just want to throw snowballs with your friends. You know what? This is exactly what I imagined for our Christmas spirit. Let's see if I can... Can I aim? Oh, I got him! I got him! I got him! Ah! Yes! It only took 2 Moris for him to find his Christmas gift.
His heart grew one size for every Mori.
Yeah, for every Mori, his heart grew. And thus was the Grinch stole Christmas. Should we try and actually leave now? We don't want to like hold him hostage forever.
I think he's holding you hostage.
I think he's holding us hostage. Okay. Nemesis is from Resident Evil. Hi, do you want to heal? Ah, that felt good. The Christmas spirit is alive in Resident Evil today, on this day, this glorious day of... Yes, yes. That was so fun. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we found the Christmas Ghost of Christmas present. I see him moving around as a snowman! Look at him! Look at him making his way downtown! Walking fast, moving fast, and I'm homebound. Hi, bestie. Yeah, I'll help. You do that side, I do this side, Mr. Snowman. Yeah? There you go. You can have that. It's fine. He knows he has us. This is the thing. This is one of those matches where he absolutely knows that he's won. And now he's just being a good sport about it.
I'll do that all the time with 8 hooks. I'll just get the 8th hook and then I'll just stop trying.
Isn't there a gen over here somewhere? There is. Oh, I have a party cracker. No, I didn't. I don't. I used it at the beginning. I just remembered. What if I actually tried to get good skill checks? What if? JK unless. Here you go. Yes, sir! You can kick this gen, sir! Don't mind me, sir! Smiley face. Remember what happened last time you decided to start playing properly? Listen. Listen. We don't count that. That wasn't canon. Main channel Mousie Pog, yes, hello, hi. We might be doing a little Carimbus Dead by Daylight, you know how it is. We got to have a snowball fight with a nemesis. That's made my entire day. I'm not gonna lie. Just a bit of cheerful murder. Is the person playing the entity able to talk to the players trying to escape? No, the entity is the entity. The entity does not speak. The entity hungers. Bro.
The killer is technically not the entity. The killer is just like the survivor. They just the entity's death.
Bro.
They just enjoy many murders.
Bro. This
Oh,
ain't
no,
it.
The killer can't talk to the survivors either.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay. Oh. Hey, Mousie. Merry Saturday. Merry Saturday to you as well. Okay, hold on. I gotta top up on snowballs. One less hurrah. Where is he? There he is. Where is he? Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, there's more snowballs here. Yay! Oh, my aim's so bad. Survivors being able to talk might help coordinate at least one surviving. That's why we have, that'd be a little bit too OP. Go on. I'll do it. I'll never forget you! I'll never forget you!
We coordinate one surviving. I got worried and Mousie survived.
Come on.
Coordinate.
Thank you. Shall we? He's nodding. What a good sport. A nice nemesis. I didn't think I'd see the day. What are you doing? Oh, right. Okay, yes. Sorry. I was like, oh, do you want him? He's offering himself up. No, he's saying go. Come on, help. Come on, bestie. We can leave.
Refusing.
Come on, crawl.
Why
Dan,
doesn't he just...
let me heal. I direct you to the two Moris. He's trying to get us to leave. We've annoyed him for too long. It's like, get them out of here. I'm done. I want to leave.
I'll just always I'll just pick up the survivor and carry them as far to the gate as I can. Throw them on
You
the
have no idea how happy you have made me. That was my first snowball fight. That's amazing. Ultimate weapon, yeah. Eruption, yeah. Mindbreaker. And Surge. Nice.
Oh, yeah, Mindbreaker's the one. Ebony. Oh, yeah, of course.
GG, happy Crimbus. Merchrysler. Merchrysler. I got an achievement as well for doing the generator in the house.
Oh, nice.
Didn't know that was a thing. Merchrysler.
Yeah, there's like one for every map, and they're so random.
Okay. Frosty trinkets. When does the last part of 4 days? Okay. Noted.
Yeah. I've already completed this page of the tome.
Wow. Look at this absolute gamer.
The Bone Chill ones are not very crazy. Yeah.
Might be a little altruistic. Crimbus! That was fantastic. That was so funny. Mircasis. Okay, who am I putting points into? Vittorio, fine as hell. This man. I wish there was a button. I know why can't they give us the prestige button on characters that are below the 1 prestige? It's really annoying.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to click. Clicking is so hard. Oh my gosh, I'm too gamer for this. Oh, it's so much effort. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, see how much the energy that was wasted on clicking when I could have just clicked once. Oh no.
Oh, where are they actually? Oh, that's nice.
They're working on it, but it's a feature that'll come in June-ish. June-ish. Oh, I should ready up, sorry.
Oh, me too. I forgot.
Clicking is not bold. Exactly. Imagine if I could only had to click once. Ugh. When you DBD too close to the sun. See, look at how bold that was. You click it once. You click it once. And it boldly goes where no bold has gone before.
It boldly goes to the first perk and then to the middle.
Look at that. Look at how beautiful that was. So bold. So beautiful. It's so bold. Ah.
almost at that P2 mechanic. Yeah.
Yeah, without really meaning to. I'm just trying to get more streamers. Do your sim have any objections to me joining the call? Not at all. Just let me try and do that really fast while the game loads in.
Ooh, they brought a frightful slam. I don't know if that's is that a killer one or is that a survivor one?
That's a.
Did we bring that?
That's someone else, I think. They should be able to join now. You should be able to see it at the top of my Discord, homie. Then I can mute stream and not hear 2 terror radiuses.
Hello.
There you are. Hi.
There we go. Yeah, no, it was very disorienting without Nemesis. Thought
Yeah, I
he was
can
right
imagine.
behind me, but no.
Give me 1 second. I need to boost you down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're in Snowly! It's Christmas! Christmas not for Christmas!
Oh, it's a Legion.
It's a Legion?
It's a Legion.
Well, there goes my stealth build.
Is that them? Did I just see them?
They're chasing someone. They also have corrupt interaction.
Hi.
You are elevated snowman.
Shit!
Your snowman was lifted off the ground like someone
Why
that
did
Leviosa.
you saying something manifested that?
What are you talking about?
You told him where I was.
No, he has killer instinct on all the. That happens.
If he's in power, he'll know where you are regardless.
What is he? Wait, why could he just stab me twice?
The way Legion's power works now, if he stabs everyone once, the 5th stab will guarantee down someone.
But you have to. Don't you have to be not mended? Don't you have to mend to?
No, on the last stab, on the 5th stab, that doesn't matter.
Oh.
They're not very Christmas, are they? They're not very Christmas. This isn't very Christmas at all.
Okay, it does not have iron.
What the hell?
Alex.
Nope. He's coming your way.
Yeah. Alex, the general.
Sometimes when the Christmas spirit isn't Christmasing, so bold. That wasn't very bold. They didn't let me Christmas.
I saw you watched Alien in the stream. I saw you watched Alien on the stream. What did you think of it?
Oh yeah, Alien. I watched it blind for the. It was an experience. Didn't know about the chest burster or the robot scene. That was certainly
Did
something.
not know about the chest burster.
No, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about any of that, actually.
Usually the one thing people know about Alien is the chest burster scene.
No, I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. We haven't gotten a single gen, by the way.
We
Nope.
have not. No.
That's Legion.
Legion is very good at map wipe.
Chat, place your bets now on if we can get a gen.
1 gen? Yeah, I think we can get it.
1 gen, 1 singular gen for Christmas.
I think that's good.
Coming gen for
And
Christmas.
Run.
Me and this gen are gonna be best friends.
I'll look them out.
Oh!
I'm trying my
The
best.
pallet just didn't drop.
I'm sure the 3 of us can keep dying over and over and then we can get it turned up.
He's got sloppy butcher too.
I'm trying my best. For Christmas. This will be a Christmas miracle. They better not be coming towards me.
They might be.
They're coming towards me.
Check.
They won't know.
They do. They absolutely do. Sir, I'm just trying to have some Christmas fucking spirit. Where is he?
He's coming to stab us because we can't friends.
No, he didn't stab my
No, come on! I just. Sir, where is your holiday spirit? Only one snowman? Jen. We've got to send a message. Screw you, Grinch.
For us.
One gen for Christmas. Let's just get over here. Okay. No, behind him.
Oh, I think he's got the red mixtape too that uses progress
right
vision
there.
power.
No, he's not. Just pretend he isn't. Just pretend he isn't! Sir, please.
Try and bring him around. I'll try and take a hit.
Bring him around to where?
Around the couch.
That's not happening. I went the other way. I appreciate the effort, though.
You've already been hit.
Nemesis walked against the wall. This guy just...
Yep. I think he's seen it.
Mousie, you're gonna play with
Sim, run
Panda?
away.
If Panda wants to play with me, I mean, I don't have his contact.
Oh, I went to this one.
I think I have my list.
I mean, like, in general, I don't have his contact. Xylus does.
You're dead on hook.
Yeah, dude, you...
Sim, I could have taken a hit. I still had endurance.
She was one Christmas from retirement. I know. I was one Christmas from retirement. DVD. DVD. Aleph very boldly alive still. What? This dude is really saying no Christmas. Chat, you wouldn't download Christmas. This Legion certainly wouldn't.
This Legion celebrates Halloween in December.
Celebrates Halloween all year round.
Good luck on games, I believe in you. I'm already dead.
Oh, great. He's right there. He got the main. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that.
Godspeed.
I'll hide.
Triple dog dare you, triple dog dare you. Throw it, throw it, throw it. You didn't even throw it!
No, I wanted to time it so that if he picked it up, I could have dropped it, but he just...
Bruh.
The hooks, like a neat little totem for the entity.
Good luck on next game. Yeah, that's more apt. Not even a little snowball as a treat. I cry.
They had no end too.
They had no end?
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Discordance, corrupt intervention, sloppy butcher, hex, no one escapes. They had, yeah, they had the fuming mixtape,
Ah.
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, and fun. Stabbing study too.
The
Auras
auras of
survivors
self-men,
self-men
that's
were-
why.
Yeah.
Crying.
Yeah. I bring two. When I play Legion, I bring two yellow add-ons. The one that sets me to 4.6 meters per second in Frenzy, but it doubles the time. And the one that gives me plus 0.3 meters per second speed for every stab. So I can just run around the entire map at like super speed, and it's hilarious. It's just fun. Where's the fun in that build?
Wait, wait, wait!
E2.
Prestige!
I'm working my way to P3 Joe.
Did you want to get someone else in, by the way? Let me see if someone's messaged me back real quick.
Do you want me to ask Panda if he can join?
I mean, you're welcome to try, if they want to play.
He's streaming as well. We'll see.
I know people are, crimbusing. Oh my god, crimbusing!
Oh god, no.
Would you ever play as the entity? You can't play as the entity is the entity. Destroy one snowman with a basic attack. Or a snow skull.
It has to be a fake one. As a survivor, you have to hit it with a snowball. So you're just gonna have to throw snowballs at the snowmen that you see from a distance before they trigger.
Yeah, it says basic attack. I'm pretty
You
sure
can do it.
there's-
You can do it as
cannot
killer
reach
too.
the
But yeah,
those. I've
It'd
tried
have
it,
to
but
be
it's
like-
just, no, it triggers before it goes up.
yeah. I don't know if you can like walk up. If it spawns where it's like facing something, I feel like it only triggers if you walk behind the decoys and it like spins around. But I don't know. I haven't.
Maybe, but I think when it turns around, it is already triggered, right?
Yeah, so if you walk up in front of it, it doesn't spin around and it
Or
doesn't
rather,
trigger.
the
maybe?
monster trying to kill the survivors. Oh, I play killer all the time. My favorite's Plague. Vommy Mommy, my love, my heart. Oh, I spent all my blood points. Smiley face.
Yep, same. I have 332.
And bring an offering in the survival category. That's an idea.
That is so bold.
Thank you. That is very bold. So bold indeed. Oh, I need a cup of tea.
I don't have any envelopes on Claire. Oh, I have to drop pallets while being chased? Oh. Whoops. I
Always
was
a fun
in
challenge.
chase when I dropped 15 of them. Or I can do it as killer and just break pallets. But
You still love DVD, so happy to see it getting love still. Oh, it's still got a very strong community. Okay, I'll go ahead and ready up, and I'm gonna go put the kettle on real quick. So, chat, don't burn the place down, okay?
No promises.
I can still hear you.
What did you say?
okay, well, I'll use my last 1 points for everyone.
The kettle is on. dare you? It was mentioned to not burn the place down, but no mention of destroying stuff without fire. That's fine. We'll accept that.
Night Char.
Just try it, Nightjar. Go on, Nightjar. Cat with a gun.
Rando's doing his own thing, so he won't be joining us.
That's fine. That's more than fine. Da, 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 da.
I thought you were about to start the Jurassic Park there.
Like that?
Yep.
That about sums it up.
Okay, this time I'll actually try. Knocks over a pencil holder.
Boy.
Let's see if we can get everyone out this game.
Including the killer.
Yes, including the killer. They'll just join us in
It's
the
Den.
snowman.
It's Den Nightjar.
Hello, Nigger.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, great. another Mori.
Secret.
They've brought a Mori? On Crimbus? Eve? On Crimbus Eve?
Eevee is my favorite Pokemon.
Sorry, which one?
We're not playing Pokemon right now. Get serious, okay?
Legion, I choose you.
Dude, they turned off Night, so I played Legion to make it more annoying for the survivors who were like, "Oh, thank God, Legion! Thank God, Night's disabled." It's Huntress.
Huntress,
No
used
shit.
passive lullaby. It was super effective.
There's Gunfire.
That was me.
She is. I think she's doing her daily because she's really insistent on the hatchets.
She probably has Eerie Head, maybe.
No, because he took 2 hits from the hatchet.
Oh, she has.
Pain res.
Oh, Pain Res.
I assume so, because someone screamed.
Fuck am I?
I screamed and my generator went from like 20% to 0%.
Yeah, no, that's pain resonance.
Nice try.
Okay.
Why does it say nice try? Why am I not getting the tome?
It has to be the fake one. So if you hit one that's real, it doesn't get the tome. You have to hit one that would turn around if you ran past it. It's,
It has to be
it's actually
specifically
really
a
annoying.
decoy, not one you can get into.
There we go. I did it.
Okay.
While y'all have been getting hooked, I did it.
No,
It's just Alice.
It's just Alice, no!
Okay.
She's gone downstairs.
Yeah, she's in the dumpster.
Oh, you got the Kindred open-handed combo.
Ah. Alice, keep it down. We're trying to hit Snowman.
No, that was Huntress that did that.
Oh, right, yeah. DBD? Yeah, we are DBD.
What is shot? Oh my god.
I don't know if she's stupidly good or stupidly bad with the head. Just can't tell.
I mean, she nailed me with a long shot.
May have just gotten lucky on that. She tried to snipe me while there was a wall,
Where is
a
she?
hook, a tree, and a fan in the way.
Right there.
Smiley face. Don't come in the house, please. Don't come in the house, please.
Leaving.
There's a hook right at the back of it. So she might. Yeah, right there. So
That was her setting off that decoy.
imagine having actual mimics in DVD. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Where is she?
Great question.
Oh my
she
god, oh my god,
has-
oh my god, oh my god. I know where she. No, I found her. I found her. Don't worry.
She has cruel limits as well. Whenever a generator gets made, all the fold locations are blocked for a little while.
Smiley face.
Where is she?
She's in the house with me right now. She keeps trying to go back to that generator that I've been working on, the suicide generator.
The one person one.
I need. Okay, she's left it. Bro.
There goes Alice. Alice, you will be remembered.
Alith, your sacrifice has been noted.
Oh, she has the perk.
Your blood will strengthen ours. The generators that we do.
We might be 3-genning. Are you winning, Mousie? No, we aren't.
Oh,
Cutscene.
she's worrying. Right. I have
If
deja
we
vu,
do
so I know we can't.
another one out in
Okay.
the street. If we do that one, I think we should be safe.
I'd like to be downstairs. Apparently the three closest ones are the one downstairs in the school, and then the one upstairs in the house.
She didn't like me throwing snowballs back at her.
Oh, if we could keep the two downstairs or last, I think that'd be great. Because she has to go downstairs every time to check on them.
Should I not finish this gen? Because I'm about to.
No, the one up in the house is a pain in the ass. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I
School
fucked up.
right now.
Right
It was
at the
nearly
last
done.
second as well.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know.
She's coming here. She was in the school.
Joke's on her.
I think she's coming back to you, man.
See what they need for this three,
Joke's on her! Get wrecked, bitch! Merry fucking Christmas! I just dropped that for no fucking reason. See you later, girly pops! No! I was zigging, I was zagging!
You're zigzagging so hard, you even went in the YA.
She just came up and hit me. She got so annoyed. She got so annoyed. Okay, that's first hook for me. I'm gonna go grab my tea.
I'm right next to Mousie. Just waiting until she closes off.
Well, Mousie's not here, so.
I'm here. Yay, I'm running. I'm running. Oh wait,
Other way.
this way.
Yeah, a little more to the right.
Right.
And do a 180.
Okay, and 180.
That was... How?
The three closest gens together
Lose me.
are the one. There was one close to the hook that Mousy was just on. There's downstairs in the school, and I'm working on one between the house and the school right now.
Oh, hello.
Downstairs in Maine, that's fine. She's in the little house again.
Oh, okay. I'm in the
Downstairs.
school. Super 10 only works if
Safe,
they're
you're
shooting
safe
at you. Listen. I'm just a little gal. I'm just a small gal doing her best, okay?
Oh Jesus Christ, he's so good shit.
I haven't put my stroop up on top of my...
Yeah, this is why I love stealth. I can be scary, not only to kill her, but also to my friends. Stay on the gen, stay on the gen.
Wait, no, where is she?
Ah, fuck. Sorry.
by me.
She's trying to snipe you, Sim.
Yep.
I was hoping she would not get down there.
Where's she taking you?
Right out here.
Find the school.
She's going back for Sim, you can stay on the gen.
Shouldn't I come get you?
No.
No, she's still very nearby.
So I'm just gonna watch you on the hook.
It's not bad to leave people hanging for a little while.
I know. But it's Christmas.
True.
You don't leave people
appreciate
hanging on
the day, don't get me
Christmas. Is she coming?
She's right there. She is right there.
Is she coming
Oh, that's-
downstairs?
Bush. Nope.
No. She's up there sitting outside still. You're fine on that, Jen.
Do
Yeah,
not
I
bring
just
her
did.
downstairs.
Here, I am not.
Okay, be prepared that vault locations are gonna be blockaroonied in a second.
Glad I did not touch that.
Downstairs in the house, there's one by the hook.
At the main.
And there's that one in the backyard.
Okay, I'm just putting a stroop waffle over my tea real quick. There we go. Excuse me, stroop waffle.
I don't like doing that. Yes, the stroop waffle gets warm, but if you leave it on too long, Sam.
It falls in, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've
I
fallen
did
victim
not-
to that
it's
as
not
well.
Just chasing you. I was not sure where that came from. She's charging one up.
Let's go, Hunter.
Oh, that one's done already. Where are the ones that are not done?
Outside
There's
and
one
in the
behind the
small house
school.
in the basement there. And there's one more somewhere. Sim, where are you doing yours?
I'm doing that one we were working on earlier. Back behind the
Oh,
school.
hi.
Okay, so there's one behind main, there's one out here by the white van.
I'm
Yep,
not doing this
I'm
one
here by
anymore.
the white van.
One you.
I do want to heal. Do you mind?
So the way I'm looking right now, right behind main, there's another one.
Sim,
Sim was.
it's been nice knowing you.
Oh wait, we're still at two.
I
There's
was
a fourth one
In
somewhere.
the... Yeah.
Well, this is not good.
Oh, she only has a green Mori. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah, no,
Or
you.
yellow.
Amazing.
You may want to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna run this way.
I don't know what that was. The moment you got hooked, I got a skill check with almost no announcement.
Is that her lullaby? Is that what the lullaby does? Doesn't it make it like...
No, Huntress's lullaby. We would have noticed that by now. We would have got a notification there was a hex. Huntress's lullaby. If she hooks someone, she gets a token. And for each token, it reduces the notification time of the sound. With max tokens, which I think is 5 or 6, there's no sound at all.
Yeah.
It may have been lag on my end. It's also very much possible.
It makes it... I think it makes it like the...
Where is she?
Her...
Oh,
She is at the back of the house where you're in now. Now she's coming back to my gen. And whiffs.
she's still chasing you?
No, she's looking for me now. She's patrolling the gens that we're working on.
Her Christmas spirit is a lot more dangerous than Snowball's. I found. I threw
Okay.
a snowball at her and she threw a hatchet back.
What? That's not how that works. Maybe she's a little confused, but she's got the right spirit. A little confused.
Spirit.
Just a little confused. Sometimes, don't you just hate it when your friends throw a snowball at you and you accidentally throw a hatchet? It happens to the best of us, honestly.
How could that have gotten in there? She's going back to my gen.
Mine or yours?
Mine, which is now kicking. And she's now coming to yours.
Pray for me.
You better hope she doesn't
No,
do
no, no,
what
no, no,
happened
no,
in
no.
that locker.
No! I was trying to sneak out behind her because she was checking.
Yeah.
Listen, I tried.
It's only yourself.
She kept making that mistake with you. I'd throw a snowball, she'd throw a hatchet. Hey, Sith Stalker, thank you for 14 months. We all appreciate that very much. Thanks for throwing subs at Yogg's cast. And kind of me, because my face is here right now. Feel free to do it more. Nothing's stopping you. Just saying. We were so close.
Yep.
We're doing very well.
It's just a warm-up game.
We had 3 gens, I think, that were all at like 50%.
Yeah.
You are meant to throw snowballs, not hatchets. XOX. Mary Chrysler. I felt something sharp in that snowball. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh.
So about that getting the 4 out, I think that didn't happen.
Third time's the charm, right?
You're funny. No, I'm dead. Good luck in the next. Both are true. That ain't happening with me here. Look, Alith, you're doing your best, right? Right?
If you're not doing your best, that's okay. We're all having fun here.
Frosty trinkets, yay! Unlock 2 chests, really?
Yeah, this tome is very easy.
I've got 100. What ugly sweater do I get now? Oh wait, I kind of want that Wraith outfit.
The Wraith outfit is really cool.
It looks so good.
But it does cost 300.
Yeah, I've been buying all the 150 ones. Once you complete level 2, you get 450 Frosty trinkets.
Yeah, but
Just
you're left
forgetting
with like
that.
70, and you need 75 to buy one of the charms.
Yeah. How many do I have? I have 20 left currently.
Wait a second. Is that
Oh, I don't
first
have any more
page of the
pens on.
tome, the shape, meant to be kind of like a... like ice?
The what?
The second one kind of looks like the weapon they have for Wraith now. Or one of the weapons in there.
One of
You-
Trapper
It's no
Hillbilly.
Lord
No, I mean the shape of the event tome, the bone chill thing.
Like where you select the
Right.
challenge it.
Yeah, the shape of that, because they sometimes do something funny with the shape of the way the challenges are lined up. Now this one kind of looks like a cleaver.
I see a butterfly.
What?
How does that make you
I don't
feel,
know.
Sim? It makes me want to stab some people.
That's just all the time.
Confused, but yes, I'll just nod and nod and go.
Smile and wave, voice. Smile and wave.
Literally.
Speaking of butterflies.
Oh, when am I meant to go for the ad break? Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Mods? Are we? Am I halfway? Have I been halfway? Yeah, we're like halfway. Okay. Take it. Let's do it now before we get sucked into another match. Yeah. Let's do quick 5 minutes. I can't do... Yeah, okay. We'll do that. Let's do it right now. Right now. Get ready for some Crimbus ads, chat. I'm gonna kick it to my BRB screen. I need to disable words on stream because I don't have that for Yogscast set up. So there you go. Let me just. There we go.
Sim, what do you usually play? Survivor, killer, a bit of both? No, sorry.
Fantastic, a campfire.
Chat, will you judge me if I dip another stroopwafel in my tea?
Playing Dead by Daylight
back.
as like the overnight game.
I
Yeah,
think
no, it's
ads
been a
are
while
still
since I've
running, but I'm committing sacrilege and I'm dipping. It won't fit! The stroopwafel won't fit in the cup!
No. That's why you fold it, because when it gets warm, it's easier to fold, and then you just.
Yeah, but it's not warm. This is just a new one that I got, so I could.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no. I'd be impressed if you managed to fit a whole stroopwafel in your mug. And I mean your cup.
No judgment, it's Christmas. I better not be hearing any judgment.
Okay, hold up. My hours in DVD. I have 1300.9 hours on record.
Yeah, see, we started playing at like the same time, but I played for 1 day, and then I played for 1 day a year later. And then it was 2 years before I played again.
314. I'm a baby in the grand scheme of things.
I only have 140, so I'm even more of a baby. So don't worry about that. Most of it is in the last few months.
I want my button so I don't have to click. This isn't bold.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they're taking so long on implementing that.
I assume they just didn't want to because they didn't want people to be like,
I feel like once you
Who has no idea
prestige
what they're
one
doing.
character, you should just be allowed to have that button on every character.
Yeah, no, that's the way they're gonna make it. Your very first character, you'll have to do manually until Prestige 1, and then you unlock it for everyone. But I don't know
Where
if
is
you have
it?
to do
They
that
also said that
separately for
crossplay
Survivor.
or
Where am
cross
I again?
progression would be possible,
What is
but
this place?
Yeah, they're also working on that.
no, they're
They brought
not.
out- They brought out
Surely not.
a roadmap for the coming year, I think.
yeah. So there's like Statica reworks on there.
Yeah,
I
the
think
Twins
Save
rework
the
is on
Best-
there as well. No, those were killer tweaks. The only rework they're really doing is the Twins one, I think.
I think Statica is getting a proper rework too, again, to be more like she was
Again?
before she
She
got
already
reworked.
got one recently.
Yeah, I think she's getting like changed back to be closer to what she originally was.
Okay. I mean, first they're gonna have to fix that. Oh, crap. Okay. I was about to load in with the survivor with no perks.
I mean, that'd be pretty bold.
It would be very bold, and there's an achievement for doing that.
There is?
Yeah, there's like a couple of achievements for like. Wait, let me see, because I don't
There's
think.
the adept achievements for escaping with the
There's the
three
adept one,
perks.
which is winning, escaping with each of the 3 perks of that character.
Yeah.
And no more than that. You can still bring in an item and add-ons and stuff. Same goes for a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example.
I didn't realize I had that for survivors as well. It's a
your power
Xeno?
moves.
It's a Xeno. Oh, I just realized I
That's
haven't given you
weird.
access to this channel, Alith, and you're my moderator.
I just assumed Aleph had access and was choosing not to join.
Hold on.
Power moves. Equip 0 perks, repair generator for a total of 1 full repair, and escape 8 times in public matches.
Jesus.
Mousie
We're
is
gonna do that
Yogg's cast
8 times.
off Xmas Eve, Xmas and Boxing Day. I don't
This-
know.
The generator in the hat in the shack.
I'm gonna
is,
be dead real with you. They don't tell me things. I don't know things.
You just get a letter in the mail, and it's just some riddle.
Bruh.
Ultimate weapon. Get more tokens, the longer anyone in their terror radius will.
No, I just wanna pet you! Wait! Kitty! No, Kitty, please! I wanted to give him a pat on the nose!
Putting you on the hook.
Are they gonna let me?
I think they might. The hook is right next to you.
Okay, we'll just go our separate ways. Thanks, bye. Could you?
Okay.
Please, somebody clip that. I think they understood I was trying to pet the kitty. Xeno kitty. Oh, I'm crying. Oh my god, thank you for that. It's like, sorry about that. Have a nice day. I want a totem in the middle. Oh, I guess this will have to do.
There should be a totem next to the generator in the middle.
Yeah? Where did you get hit?
No one got hit. It's
I'm not
ultimate
hit. I shield the no weapon me. Is this
Totem,
is it queen?
totem, totem,
weapon. No,
totem,
it's not a queen. It's a regular one.
totem, totem. It's on me.
Am I blind? What is?
I certainly am.
Yeah,
If there's
you
no
are blind because ultimate weapon also blinds you for 30 seconds.
Oh, that's why I can't see my windows.
there is no totem. You can find me in the cover. Oh, I need to unlock chests. Bro. For a moment.
Leaving you on the ground. Oh, there goes Aleph.
Rip Aleph.
Oh.
Well, at least Aleph is not getting tunneled
I
this
just.
time.
I just. I just.
Did you just
No,
blind
no, no,
yourself?
no, no.
last
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
Crap.
We are not going to talk about that.
Because Jen in the shack was so close to done.
Crap. Ah,
Only the most pro plays on this channel, chat.
Dog's gas guarantee. Crap.
Where are they? Are they picking you up, Alice?
In the middle. Oh crap!
No, they're chasing Den.
Yeah, no, they were not happy
Almost
with me. They kept
again,
missing the
and
tail.
Have you tried petting them? Because it seemed to work for
Love
me.
to, if I weren't physically attached to them, with something being stuck through. There should be a totem around here somewhere.
I've already blessed one.
Yeah, okay.
I blessed up.
You blessed up?
I blessed, yeah. They do be trying to slug.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to you, Den. Hi.
Hello.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have to move.
Oh, should we go to my totem? You know, the
Yes,
one
that'd
with
be a
the...
good idea. It's right here anyway.
Okay.
Of course, it's spun around.
Ah, totem.
In my head.
Giddy! Thank you for 3 months.
Thank you.
Of course.
Alan, are you still down or have you been downed again?
No, down again.
Wait, how did you survive that hit? Because I think
Your
you
chat never mentioned that Mousie flashbanged herself. Listen.
Oh, I'm actually getting up this time.
Yeah, I think they're giving up.
But they're not gonna hook me?
What's happening in this game? I flashbang
know.
myself. I try to pet the kitty and they let me go.
Oh, I'm blind. Oh, no, the gens are
Scared
just a
by
mile
the
away.
decoy.
Oh, come to me. Sim, hi. Hello. Jen. On the
Hello.
Jen. On the Jen. No, other way. Yes, towards the building. Oh, hello.
Oh. These 3 gens are close together.
Kill her.
They're right.
Wait, no, what if we played snowballs together? Yeah, what if we had a snowball fight? They picked up snowballs!
Fire.
What is going on? You flashed
Great
yourself?
question.
Yeah, with the...
I didn't flash myself!
No, I did. Chat.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, could
Try to
you,
put down the firecracker.
I put down the firecracker to, Isn't this totem, like, blessed? Let me heal you next.
Yes.
Hi.
Firecracker and then it just spontaneously combusted.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault at all. What do you mean? Sometimes they just go off. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Luckily it wasn't in your hand. Be safe with fireworks.
See? Sometimes things just happen.
Like that grenade in Simon's hand.
I'm looking for a chest. I'm looking for a chest. I'm looking for a chest. Da, 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 da.
We've been pretty good at not 3-genning ourselves here.
What if we did as a treat, though? Imagine. Kind of iconic.
I think the
you
biggest
thought
boss
there was
at this point.
What if we
I've got
did?
Dickafu and the 3 gens closest together are very far apart at this point. Prove yourself.
I am proving myself, homie. I pet the monster and he let me go. Like,
I have proved thyself and for the part.
Imagine that happening in a horror movie. Someone's so bold enough that they go up to the monster and it, like it was a cat. And
What if they tried befriending the xenomorph instead?
I forgot they had that.
snowman. I'm in the snowman.
Yeah, it was tempting to throw a snowball at you, but then you get taken out of it.
Hold on.
Fun for the whole family. Come to me. Hi. What if we all?
I wonder, can you try hitting the big left hand of the snowman against another big left hand? Because I think
no.
I still have the high five thing in there.
They don't know Den is here.
It does not exist.
What if we all got snowmen? Oh my gosh, we high fives! What if we all got snowmen? Oh, there's a snowman over there. There's a snowman over there.
Might be a decoy.
Yes. Okay, now we're snowmen together. No! This is a fake
that was
Crimbus.
so rude.
What if we had fun? That's not very Crimbus.
Tim, are you still in that snowman?
Yeah.
Just checking. I'm gonna try and find
What
an
is
element.
happening here?
I just kind of picked up Alice. And I'm putting him down. I mean, if you
Snowmen
pick up
together, not strong. Yeah, no.
you pick up and drop the person and they get off the shoulder.
Hi?
I'm getting a crow.
Oh, you want me to do this?
You don't have
Okay.
to run.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
I'm not sure what's
Just tap me a
happening,
little bit.
but something's happening right now. Xenokitty has told me to bless this totem. I have blessed this totem. I can't really argue that. Yeah, I don't know. Iron, thank you so much for 2 months. I'm not sure what's going on here, I'm gonna be honest. I'm very confused.
Mile away.
Smile and wave.
Emote if you don't have one yet.
Look at all these subscriberinos today. Kitty for 3 months, Iron for 2, several others that I probably missed because I don't have alerts.
Everyone's in the Crimbus spirit.
Everyone's in the Crimbus spirit. Imagine throwing money at the Yogscast. It could be you. It could be you. It's one way to tell.
Have you done your part? Fun, sweaty.
Hi, bestie. Am I gonna get hooked today? Is this my time?
Right past one.
I'm like this.
I pet him! I pet the kitty cat! I pet the kitty cat! It could be me. Oh my gosh, gamers throwing 100 bits. Pisu cat throwing 100 bits. Iconic behavior. Truly iconic behavior. Hi.
I forget what my challenge is. I think I did.
I need to open up a chest.
Basement Soul is a good one if you haven't gotten that one yet.
Where is it? Is it next to us?
Yeah, it is. It's in the shack.
Okay, cool. You do that, Jen. I'm gonna go over here.
Really good.
I got a
map
text
if you need to
message.
do a bunch of chests is the Nostromo wreckage because there's 3 chests that are in a.
Oh,
guaranteed
yeah,
position.
yeah.
still fighting Owlette.
I'm doing the good fight right now. The last
They're
place
no
you
longer
live.
fighting Owlette.
Sorry.
I don't have anything over here to play with.
Thank you for the bits, chat. Very
Oh,
iconic
Mousie.
behavior.
Haha. Home spirit for the win.
Did you get the second chest, Mousie?
I did.
Where'd it go?
Surge.
I don't know what's happening in this match. Snowballs, snowballs.
Are they trying to do, like...
Don't know what.
I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to do a challenge where they hit
I
people
don't
while
know.
they're carrying someone?
I don't know.
Maybe?
Do they have, like,
Him
a-
no like the pets. I mean, ouch. Oops.
You have adrenaline?
I do have a one.
Nope.
Oh, we're really bad at this.
I've just seen your aura appear.
They would probably open a locker for ultimate weapon.
He's just throwing snowballs. What is happening? I can imagine Mousie in a real life invasion in a newspaper article. Internet streamer killed, and Mousie tried to do something with pet something with 5 heads.
Come on, Mike, come on. There's no skill. Oh, wait, that would be
Maybe they
Yellow
just
Doggy.
want a little, you know.
Yep.
Maybe they just want a hug. What if aliens just wanted a hug? The only regret is they had
have
2
been alone in space
hands.
For a long time.
They have.
It's hard to hit them with snowballs because they're very short.
Where are the snowballs? I need some.
Yeah, if they're in crawler mode, they're hard to hit. Hitting Chucky is nigh impossible.
Yeah.
With snow. Oh yeah. Okay. No, I get you.
Snowballs with flashlight with pretty much anything.
They opened the
I'm
door
pretty sure
for
those are the only
us!
things you can throw at him.
They opened the door.
Yeah, they opened the door for us.
Oh, nice. Imagine them having no Ed and Bloodborne now. Bloodborne, if you don't know, is a perk that if you hook someone after the gate has been opened, the exit gets locked.
Kitty. Hi. Let me heal you.
How are you?
Okay, they stopped. Maybe we can do a slug race.
Oh, you think?
We'll line up here, maybe.
Okay, let's all line up. Slug race. Okay, so if we all line up. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, everyone line up, line up, line up. Okay, ready?
Doesn't have a lot of time.
Let's go!
2, 1, go!
Go, go, go! Everyone, come on, come on! Henar, thank you for gifting us up to Philip POV. That's very kind of you. And Iren, thank you for your doing the best. I've got it, let's go! Yes, yes, yes!
No! Hey!
I get fucked. Paid actor. Pat. Thank you for helping me win the slug race. Merry Crimbus. And also, always pet the kitty. Wait, what?
That's not English.
They don't speak English.
Are we in CS:GO? What the hell is this?
Yeah, that'll happen. Lots of international players on here.
That was amazing. You know what? We were able to communicate through the shared experience of petting the xenomorph.
You don't need words to communicate. That's the beauty.
No, exactly. There was not a single hook that match.
Yep.
Stun or
We were
blind
all
the killer
very
2
confused.
times. That's not happening.
I did it with a single blast mine. It's done. It
Yeah,
did
Blast
like
Mine
double
is beautiful because it stuns and blinds at the same time.
So, yeah.
What if I throw a firecracker? Can that blind them?
Yes, that
Yeah.
can also blind them. That'll also count.
Oh, we deplete
Who has diversion? It's Adam, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Should be right.
Adam. I always forget which.
Francis,
Diversion's the one that-
Deliverance, auto didact. Yeah. There.
Devotion
Go
is the one
up,
that
up.
beside Kate.
Huh?
4th row down. Second
He was
from
next to
left.
Kate.
Oh, next to
and
Kate.
Up top.
Yeah.
Up top.
Oh, there's Adam. I scroll so fast. Oh, I have
Yeah,
literally
it's like this.
no.
The scroll's a bit disoriented.
Yeah.
If you do it with your mouse wheel, it just goes in increments, but if you use the slider, it'll just move.
RT raid. Oh my goodness. What? What's happening here? Where? What? Eyes? Eyes? What? Is RT coming over here with the Crimbus spirit? Bringing that Crimbus spirit over here? Oh my gosh, he is! RT, thank you for the raid! I hope you had a good stream! Raid spoilers. We're playing some Dead by Daylight. We're doing the Christmas Bone Chill event and having a good time. It allows you to hide inside of snowmen. Yeah. Captain Wowers, thank you so much for 28 months. His best of the year compilation. Oh, nice. I'll have to give that a peep later. But yeah, welcome everyone. We're playing Dead by Daylight very badly.
Hey, we got all 4 escapes that time.
Oh, true, we did. Wait a minute, we actually got out. Oh, I should ready up. Hold on, there we go. How are you? Are you having a Merry Christmas Eve, chat? Oop.
Bless you.
Excuse me. They're playing badly. We just played poker with Luigi. Ate so much Chex Mix, and my tummy hurts. I wish I could eat Chex Mix. Alas, I cannot.
Mousie, do you want me to bring a thingy firecracker?
I have a firecracker, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the one-time use.
Yeah. Sure.
I have a
Dan
challenge
forgot to
only
feed
looking
you?
forward to.
Dan forgot to feed you! Oh, I'm sure he'll remember eventually.
I misheard that.
I
and was very
can-
confused for a second.
I can give you a stroop waffle. Chat, reach out. Chat can feed themselves. Just go eat some grass. Let them out to pasture. Okay, I'm ready to go. A stunning free range chat. Of course, of course. We want chat to have a good mixture of vitamin stroopwafel and of course free range munchies. I'm pleased with this semi-pronunciation of stroopwafel as a duchy. Well, I have lived here 4 years. I hope I can pronounce it at this point. It is acceptable, thank you. I can't be too perfect, or else people might get suspicious. Okay? You gotta understand, sometimes you just gotta, you know. I know I drank an entire bottle of Bellini last night, but I really want a glass of wine. Sorry?
What the fuck is your problem?
It's Christmas! Don't want to show up Xylus by being too perfect. Yeah, well, I mean.
Couldn't show me up.
Facing the dredge. Well, that's a rare one. Don't get into any lockers, anyone. Can accept tiered Varden. Yeah, I understood that. I can't say it back to you, but I can understand that. Those are acceptable words. Those are acceptable words. Very acceptable. Something like that. I understand what you're trying to say, but I can't translate it. That's where I'm at. Oh, we're back at Autohaven! Hey. English only, please. Mods here are dumb and can only speak one language. And by mods, I mean me. It's me. I'm mods. I also can't understand. It's okay.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
Well, might as well have lit up a flare. Pro tip, don't lock all the lockers that are next to each other.
Wait, this is my moment. This is my moment. This is my moment. I can do this. Where is he? Wait. I did it!
Hey,
Nice.
Phobia.
Oh, fuck.
Healing on you, man.
A skill check mode thing for it, but it's still pressing button.
I might die. And honestly, that's fair and valid.
This really isn't a great where to go against for what I'm trying to do right now.
Wait! What? You're not gonna let me get snowballs?
Part of the 3 closest together.
But it's Christmas!
Yeah, okay, fine.
It's Christmas!
Found the hex totem. No idea what it is, though. The glows it goes.
This is a really bad idea. I have to fully deplete 4 tool boxes, so I brought build to last, and which means I'm spending 12 seconds for a walkthrough against the dredge.
Oh, crap.
I've watched Jen play Dredge before, and she was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, dredge is kind of nutty.
She was terrifying. So one of my homies, Devilligan, he has community nights of Dead by Daylight, and one of his mods, who have also become friends with, Jen, she was in the Dead by Daylight tournament on the Minky's team. She is a terrifying killer. She is actually terrifying to see play. She's so good at the game. And I've watched her play Dredge, and it was Another warm-up round? Always. Of course. I need to bless a totem. Come on. Oh no, it's so dark. Ah, I'm so scared. Wow.
No, it is.
Crying. I'm so scared. They're running around somewhere. I can sort of see them.
They're near me.
They're near me as well.
Wait,
I'm hiding in the bus.
I'm over by the truck.
I'm in the
They may have
bus.
teleported.
When does this go
They
away?
broke it of a locker
You
by
can see
that.
the timer in bottom left near your portrait.
Shit. Yeah, it's the inside of the portrait is the time. Ah, fuck.
About 2/3 of the way now.
I just wanted to recharge my toolbox.
They probably have an add-on that extends the time.
Bless the windows.
Do you ever just want to scream, chat? I do all the time.
On the screen, just hope you're up against the Michael.
Oh, there we go. Whew. Hi, hello.
Still a circle of healing, right?
I have boon circle healing, yeah. Is there... Maybe we should try and get at least one gem, though. Or not.
At least nowhere to hide is disabled. You left the gen. Leave you,
We just psyched each other out. I'm not sure what happened just then. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, so sorry, so sorry.
Oh,
Great. Okay, so I cleansed Undying.
I just...
Oh, good. Find the glowing totem ASAP.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is if on his next stack, he's gonna be able to kill him.
It's winter in the northern hemisphere, we need lots of warm-ups. Yeah. Every warm-up is a warm-up if you're bad at if it's going bad enough, exactly.
No healing, just run, find the totem.
Totem, totem, totem. Totems are my
It's the
city.
down us anyways. Is it in there?
Are there totems in the basement?
No, there are no totems in bed.
What about chests?
Yes, there is a guaranteed chest in basement.
I knew the answer to that, but I asked it anyway. I love the Christmas tree down here.
They need a bunch of maps, a bit more Crimson thematic.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Oh, I
If
found
we
a
bring
totem.
all of the presents under the Christmas tree, maybe they'll let us go.
Oh my gosh, what if we did? What if we all came to Shack and put our items down? What if we did? What if? Unless.
I am in the bus.
I'm looking.
There's a totem in the bus.
Because we've not gotten a single gen done and it's looking kind of grim.
Haven't found Devour Hope either. And he is not.
I'm going to the basement. I'm doing it.
Don't forget, hiding behind a tree doesn't do much. Nightfall. We're all highlighted in white for him.
We are highlighted in white for each other, at least.
Yeah, but for him as well, and he can see that from miles.
Yeah.
I'm at the basement. Where are y'all? Are we doing this? I was being.
I have an item to put down there.
It's
and
very
find it.
dark.
Ah, crap, I'm dead. Oh, you whiffed.
Oh,
was
Christmas
trying to find
tree.
the other-
I guess I'll come help.
Trying to find the other undying.
Hi.
Oh, that was weird. For a second, the world was normal.
I found the shack.
Hi.
Run.
Yeah. Hi. Would you like to?
He's going after you, Mousie.
No, he's not. He's lost.
Hold him.
He's got Aleph.
Oh no.
Everyone, 07, please.
Oh, right.
They bring a Mori.
No, Aleph is on Death Hook. I don't know if he's
No,
well,
right,
oh, is he slugging? No, he did.
Oh,
he
he
did.
brought
He did.
Mori.
He actually did.
No, he didn't bring a Mori. It's Devour Hope.
Oh shit.
Devour
Oh my gosh, I have a cracker. I have a firecracker.
At 4 stacks, Devour Hope lets you insta-down people. At 5 stacks, you can Mori it. I found it. It's in the middle. It's in the middle.
I'm trying to chase him down so I can get my my thing.
I'm farming toolbox.
I'm stupid. I fucked up.
Quickly, is he killing you? I'm almost done.
He's picking me up. I'm on Death Hook anyway.
He cannot kill you now. But he can still hook you.
Yeah. But I'm, you know. Remember me. Do you ever just want to scream into the void? Unless. JK, unless.
Oh,
Unless.
Back.
Remember me. Remember that I want Swift. Actually, wait, no, don't remember that. What am I saying?
Oh, I'm sure people will gladly remember that, Mousie. I should probably find the chat.
Who am I?
There's a pallet outside next to that truck.
Yeah, I have windows.
For now.
Of opportunity. I can
Has
see the
presented
pallet.
itself.
Yeah, no, we see that. Don't worry. Meanwhile, we have no gens, by the way. Not a single gen has been done.
What the hell? It would not pop that pallet. Oh wait. Oh, what the- I thought that was so weird. I dropped the pallet on you, but it, like,
It's been nice knowing us. Oh wait,
That
you
was
still,
so
that's your second
weird.
hook. Oh, okay.
yeah, me and Denver both level 1 hooks.
When you go up against someone who knows how to play dredge, it's terrifying. Oh, I just realized I haven't had my Christmas hat on this whole time. Chat, I'm so sorry. How can I be in the Crimbus spirit if I'm not Crimbus? That's so not bold of me. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
There we go, it's fixed. Oh, I can't hear.
After you. We heard your particular instinct. Please pick him up. Don't be sweaty.
He's leaving. He's teleported.
He knows. Okay, there we go.
I know that he knows. But does he know that I know?
I can't hear with this on.
Yes.
Follow the sound
Now
of
it's
wailing,
Christmas
baby.
time. Scream! Wah! Wah! I'm Dredge! Wah!
Yeah, that's basically Dredge in a nutshell.
I'm Dredge! Wah! It's dark! Wah!
Okay, Sim, you may want to throw those snowballs away because that white aura around you is extremely visible.
Yeah. I was gonna try and throw him at him, and he did not seem to. Did not seem
He
to
doesn't
deter
seem
him.
to be very Christmassy. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. He doesn't seem to be Christmas. Just saying. He's not, yeah. I mean, 2 of us dead.
Oh. Yeah, he saw us.
Throw him away, throw him away, throw him away, quickly! Get rid of them. Throw them, throw the snowballs.
Lost every
He did not
time.
see us. He's checking the chat.
Throw the
Oh,
snowballs!
he's coming this way.
Why are you throwing them at him? I'm saying throw them away! Just throw them in general!
Well,
No, it's fine.
where you at, Sim?
He teleported? Then? Toby.
That's some sound effects. Thank you. You can hire
Oh.
me.
Did you throw?
I threw some snowballs, yeah.
A snowball landed right in front of my feet.
Oh, yeah. I'm behind you.
Feel free to hire me for A+ sound effects. I'd love the work. Yes, thank you. I still need to make my voice real. Matt, what are you doing?
It almost worked too.
And he would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that good eyesight. It doesn't feel like it's Christmas Eve. I genuinely can't hear it.
He teleported away.
Probably, that's what he does. I can't hear with this fucking hat on. What if I do this?
Big run.
Is this acceptable, chat? It doesn't look right. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the chair instead.
I have one opportunity left.
There. Now it's Christmas.
I've left the present under the Christmas tree.
You
He
left-
didn't care!
Oh my gosh, what? Santa chair.
Going for the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if the hook is hooking people. Ignite all that is.
Now he's Christmas? What?
Getting some snowballs.
I,
Getting snowballs. The babies wail once more.
The baby's wail
Has
once
left his
more.
body.
The ghosts of Christmas future have cried.
Indeed. I don't think a movie has done that yet.
We
Like,
haven't
Christmas,
had on.
past, present, future are like the 3 different states of someone.
Yes, they have. I can't tell if you're joking or not.
No, I'm not joking.
Yes, yes, it's one of the most like famous stories of all time.
Yeah, but I remember them just being as generic
It's the
ghosts.
Scrooge.
Not ghosts
It-
specifically being like the age. So for future it being a kid, for past being an old guy.
What's the actual name of the story, chat? Somebody help me, because that's where that's where Scrooge comes from.
I know that story.
It involves the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future.
Yeah, but I mean like that the ghost
Isn't
of the past is like old, the ghost of the future is like a kid, and the ghost of present is like someone the age of the character.
Right.
Yeah, Christmas Carol.
Christmas
The ghost
Carol, yeah.
himself. Is that what?
This is a level 90 dredge.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot. Oh, and he had discordance as well. No wonder.
Yeah, discordance.
Or in its finest
Yeah.
form, the Muppets Christmas Carol, of course.
Yes.
A mod of taste, I see. A mod of taste.
Nightjar, I approve. despite my apparent lack of Christmas Carol in general.
I got one firecracker off. That was epic.
We did double blind. We didn't only blind once.
It only blinded once. That's okay. It was a big moment for me.
Would not surprise me if it's bugged at some point and it double blind someone.
I don't know. I got the double blind on last mine. It was just like they could hit it once, and I was like, oh, perfect. And it was just like 1 out of 2, 2 out of 2.
The Ghost of Christmas Future is not a child. The Ghost of Christmas Present has 2 children beneath his cloak. Thank you for the correction. It's been a lifetime. I'm so glad that there's Christmas Carol experts in the chat. I appreciate that very much. Actually. Honestly, you love to see it. I think that might be a 2 children in a trench coat joke, Mousie. Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Let me squint my eyes. 2 children beneath his cloak. Wait a minute. No, but that is actually a Christmas Carol thing. One of the versions of a Christmas Carol, the ghost opens up his cloak and there's like 2 homies underneath, like 2 children that are like starving come out. It's really creepy. That sounds weird. It's one of the most classic Christmas movies of all time. Smiley face.
Yeah, older stuff can be surprisingly creepy.
Yeah. Nemesis. Aleph, you can join the voice channel. I made it possible. Did I?
Oh, you haven't done the bathroom gen in game yet.
What?
No, you have the chief still to be done for doing the bathroom gen on the game. Cherish your life. Oh, he's here.
Sure enough. I blinded myself. I did it again. Please, sir, I'm stupid. Oh wait, there we go. Please, sir, I'm very dumb. Please, chat. We don't talk about that. We don't. Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Start having a counter up in the corner of the screen.
Crying.
Don't worry, it's still not as bad as other survivors blinding you while on the on the shoulder of the killer.
I'm so glad they fixed this animation. Thanks.
Hello.
Tinfoil.
Is that a zombie or another survivor? He's leveling up.
I should attempt to wrap these presents. I'll be watching you, chat.
This skin is almost done.
Chat likes to be watched, okay?
Where'd you go?
It's a big secret. Sorry, what did you want?
His gen is almost done.
Oh, sorry. I'm just...
I'm getting zombied. Oh shit, I'm still
No!
Ma'am? This way, ma'am. Come on.
We're gonna actually finish a gen! Oh my gosh, it's happening! Yay!
Yay.
Yay, my challenge is now done.
Oh, it's fast. Oh, I see him.
I have looped him for about
We got 1 gen out of it. I mean,
Oh,
that's
this fucking
something.
zombie.
Alice is almost done with his gen as well.
Yeah.
We
Zombies
got hit
kind
by
of
a zombie though, yeah.
gone nuts.
There's a zombie like stuck. I'm watching him like vibe. Look at that zombie go.
If they're stuck, don't move.
A-res, I think?
The zombie's freaking out. Oh my gosh.
I have no idea where he
The
went.
zombie is freaking out.
I'm in the terror radius.
I might be
think he went to
three.
the gen that just exploded.
I might be 3-genning.
No, this early on we're not regenning yet. I'm gonna make sure for when there's like 3 or 2 left that you do
What if we-
one that gets in between the rest.
I have vision still, so.
Wait, but what if we had fun? I thought that meant we were having fun! I'm so sad.
So let it reveal the killer's aura for everyone.
There's 400k blood point as prime loot. Yo, if only I had prime on my account. But because I'm an expat, the system fucks me.
Oh, I know why I see his aura.
Hot bitches get hooked
I have
once
a
in a
load.
game. Just saying.
No, I see his aura because I'm object of obsession. I have the
Just saying.
I have Lori's papers.
Oh yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Go stab yourself.
Yeah, no. I should. I really should.
He's taking the one to my left.
Alice.
I'm gonna go find one. Is there one downstairs?
No, you can
Gen?
see the white aura
There's a
of the
gen
boxes.
downstairs. Oh, are you looking for a vaccine?
Yeah.
There was one. Okay.
Oh well, I'll just start this gen. While Aleph is on a hook next to me.
Oh,
No, somehow. Okay.
the gen popped a skill check as I got off of it.
Somehow he did not go for me.
He went
I'm
for
gonna
the
do this gen. I'm gonna
gen.
stick it.
Just checking off.
What happens if I get sick? Like really sick?
It
You
doesn't
can
happen.
only get that sick as you already are.
It just
Oh.
means he can damage you with the tentacle, and the zombies will damage you
Oh.
once you're infected. You're either just infected or not infected.
Gross.
Match the capture. Run, Alice!
Where are you? Is he coming into the circle?
No, he's still after me.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Go back.
No, he stopped chasing me. He's had enough. He's downstairs. He's downstairs.
Oh god! He's so fast!
Right here.
Have mercy on me! I'm just really stupid! Please!
Oh my god, that knocked so much progress off the game. No. He might. But not on. But he's already hooked miss.
Imagine being good
No.
at the game.
This
Couldn't
one
be
popped
me.
a skill check as I got off of it.
He doesn't know how to get enough switch.
Hey,
He is coming this
Hold on.
way. Run.
I'm not dead
Ready
yet.
for me.
Could you give me like 2 minutes? Oh, damn it! That wasn't one I can hop in.
No, he's after me now.
Zombies after me! This is not bold. How many times have you won? We've won like once or twice.
We also have against that, you know.
Okay, we've
Where is he chasing you?
Downstairs.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
thank fuck, okay. I'm...
Alice, come back!
There's a
Alice!
slight issue though, because the basement's also here. Ah, crap.
Oh, Alice is
Oh,
being
that's a
chased by a
door.
zombie.
I'm trying to find...
I'm coming, zombie coming. Hello.
me in my bush.
You guys don't have any means necessary with you, right?
Nope.
Nope.
I have a
know what
load.
that is.
Means necessary. It is a perk from Yui Kimura. Basically, any pallet that has been thrown but not destroyed, you can put back up again.
Oh.
Yeah, you also see the aura of all the pallets that are down.
It's very useful.
Okay, I'm on my way to you. Let's see if I can get up there.
There's a hole inside of the building that should drop you down.
Wait,
not
really?
chasing
Where?
Outside, there's a hole. I don't know which corner though.
Oh, I found
That's
it.
what you just went with. It's very fun because, for example, a killer like Blight, if they just charge at you, they tend to
He's
get the
he's
lure.
coming.
Hold them.
Yeah, I'm not sure it is. I'm trying to get his attention here.
If this works.
I have decisive strike, so it's fine if I get down again.
No! How did you know? Sir, please! No! No! Please, I'm not smart!
Oh,
Please, no!
very.
Does he realize I'm very dumb? He's taking me to the basement.
You might wiggle off.
There's one vaccine.
Cannot take the hit.
You should go get that vaccine, Mousie.
Where?
Zombie really is.
You see that white box? far
Yes,
side
I
of the
see
map?
it, but it's like so far.
That is the only vaccine left.
Okay.
Alright, you're on double hook.
Unlike with Wesker, the vaccines are single use.
Crying.
Oh, there it
Wait,
is.
Mousie, where you at?
I'm right here. Hi. Hello. Okay, okay. I should be dead. I think they realize I'm stupid. That's lucky.
Well, it's just potatoes or something. Isn't that? No, that's a hug. Was it pop?
What, if you get down,
Probably.
then the generators get destroyed?
Yeah, this gen just lost. I went to get on it and then immediately it lost. Oh yeah. Did they just kick that gen?
Yeah, any generator that he has kicked, taking him away. Ow. That's been tentacled. I'm not into that. Stop it. Crap.
Stupid or strategic?
Why not both?
Why not? Yeah, exactly. Why not both?
It's him.
Yeah, I got him.
Down, leave.
Just saying.
Oh, we might do this.
I feel like the festive lights on the hook either add insult or to injury or are very festive. They're very festive! Look, there's presents on the generators as well, and there's Christmas trees in the basement.
Oh, he's still paying this
There's
one?
stuff hanging above the exit gate as well. Stockings and garlands.
Oh my gosh! See, the entity can have a Christmas spirit as a treat.
Take that, Jen. Take that, Jen. Oh, this Jen's back down to half now.
Hold on, I'm on my way, I'm on my way.
Same side of the map, opposite corner. Yeah,
He's
here.
coming. He's coming for that gen.
Bro, what?
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, because that's the gen that's almost done.
There's the one in the basement still, and then there's one up on the hill. We're really good at not leaking ourselves here.
Or hope. Otherwise, life would become very, very difficult. faster than it has already been.
Zombie, zombie, zombie!
Oh crap! Super fast zombies.
Yeah.
No, please! I'm just very dumb!
Zombie, zombies so fast. Oh.
No! I'm just here for a good time!
Oh my god, the zombies shooting power.
Remember me. Remember that I once lived and did very dumb things.
Alright, object
Nemesis
of
is
obsession,
coming
he
for
sees
you.
where I am. Cool, just do the gen.
We are having a zombie issue.
Hit me. Right behind it.
I'm a very special kind of stupid. I'm the kind that manages to hide behind a tree once and thinks it'll work again.
Oh crap.
Y'all are healing and not doing the gen.
We were being chased by a zombie.
I mean, that's fine. Ooh.
Yeah, the zombies can be quite scary, especially if they're super fast.
We can both get out of here. Okay. We can start.
Do not take Glorious Throat again.
Where's the potato gratin? Can you add that?
How do I,
I don't know what to search for. Ard apple. Hot girls get impaled? Exactly. Hot girls get impaled. Winky face. It's it's girl math, exactly.
I do
There's
not
not
know
much else
where.
I can think of. Oh yeah, drinks actually. Every time. My special sparkle. Oh, he got Yep. Can I have like a little something? Is there like a peach iced tea, like a singular peach iced tea, as a treat? Vlad the Impaler. I would love it if they added like Dracula, like an old school horror icon. You know what I mean? That would make my day.
All my pallets are gone. Every pallet is gone.
Pallets in this game, you just, yeah, amazing. Huh?
I'm not making it out this window.
Right into him.
Honestly, I'm
Sim,
surprised
this
he
is
turned around
girls'
for
night
that.
energy. Oh wait, this is your second hook.
Yeah.
Good for you. God, she's so loud. Claire.
He is really loud.
Her scream is so shrill.
He's gone downstairs to the gym.
Did we 3-gen ourselves?
No.
Okay.
You can see my deja vu, I think.
No.
No. I can see your windows of opportunity.
Interesting. Yeah. The gens are pretty far apart. There's the basement one, there's one up on the hill beside me, and then there's one more than that. He's up by the gen on the hill, I think.
No, go down, go down, go down.
He's chased Aleph.
Yeah, go find a gen, do it.
Yeah, Aleph is almost done this way.
Do gen, go ham, go ham, go ham. Pray that he has adrenaline. Bro. I'm praying for you. Praying for your success. he found the hatch. Okay, come on. Hold on. Thoughts and prayers, exactly. Automod held that.
I have no pallets, which is gonna be the unfortunate part.
Tim, do you know the gate trick?
No?
If you open the gate, just before the bar gets to the letter A, it's the word escape. Lights don't go on.
He's throwing snowballs at you.
He's throwing snowballs at me, but it's not gonna stop him from punching me in the back of the face. If you get the bar to the letter A, the what?
When you open the gate, it says open escape or something like that. You bar fill up just before the letter A, none of the lights turn on yet. So then you can hide away, let him check, and when he leaves, go back to him. And you have to do less of the bar in one go.
I don't think he wanted a friendly snowball fight. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I wasn't carrying any snowballs to try, but the immediate punch in the back did not leave me with much confidence. Here we add on. Oh, increases zombie movement speed by 150%.
No
for
wonder.
60 seconds. No fucking wonder.
I got that last snowball, so I'm happy.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, for real, for real. Well, we probably have one quick match left.
Alright.
If we queue up quickly.
I am bringing 30 streamers.
Okay.
I don't know if I have any characters with party streamers.
I still have some characters.
I might have a party too on
I still have like 160 tiramisus on my fridge.
Quick as we we all die fast. Just win fast. Yeah, just be good at game. Just be good at game.
Click him in the face.
Gen Rush? Bring it. Oh, bro, bring the Gen Rush.
Gen Rush? Gen Rush?
We've been built to last. Am I super fancy cool boss? Is that a good bonus?
Nope, it's just win fast.
Melodious,
Imagine
Brandon
winning.
Sparks,
What? Imagine winning. That's kind of crazy though. Just saying.
I should have brought proof myself too.
That would have been a good one. Okay, no Mori, at least that's good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a start. I'll take it.
Spirit.
Spirit.
Crap.
I actually haven't faced the spirit 3 times.
I am not good against the spirit.
I like playing spirit. There's a spirit game where I got like 2 hooks in like the first minute. I had Lethal Pursuer and I could just see their aura, and I just teleported, grabbed one off the gen, and teleported to the next gen that the other 2 were working on, and immediately grabbed another one.
Okay, I'm throwing a brand new part on the gen behind the
Who
water
got scared
tower.
by a snowman?
It might have been
I haven't played Spirit in so long. Feels like
brand
a
new part
lifetime.
on the gen in the middle here.
Try and save that gen next to the water tower as one of the last ones.
I may have done something. I may have been too bold.
Gen in the middle.
That gen in the middle has brandy part as well.
Okay. Mind if I try and finish that one now?
Nope, go for it.
I'd love
She's phasing after me.
Say again? I'd love a peach tea.
I have nothing. Nope. I might have brought her back to that gen because there's no pallets around here.
It's okay. I'm getting close to just so done.
Oh, she phased.
She's just standing there and you hear the noise, you think she's phasing.
Yeah, I did not.
Just keep looping her. Just keep looping her. I can see this all happening from where I am. Just let me get this gen done.
I'm almost done with the mid-gen as well. Okay, no deadlock, that's good.
Oh, she went for this one.
Is she picking you up?
Yeah, she's breaking the pallet. She's phasing.
Suck. Or not.
Let me do it. I got him. Bro?
What's that, make your choice? You might, yeah, you're exposed. Let's make your choice. Okay, so be careful when unhooking someone that she's not nearby.
Oh, I'm like
so
hella
freaking-
exposed. Yeah.
She's chased. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because of make your choice. If you unhook someone, you become exposed. The person that doesn't unhook.
Wow.
Whoa.
So the spirit will have
So
to
not
make their choice
cool.
whether to go after the exposed person or the one that's not off.
Well, I'm already exposed, so.
She's phasing.
Oh god! Hello, ma'am! Please!
You stay exposed.
So,
A minute.
things happened. I'm not proud of them, but things happened.
Luckily it did. Long pool.
Listen, sometimes.
You guys going for that?
After you, Aleph. You still have endurance? And she's going after me. Okay, someone try and get Aleph.
Oh, she's going
What if
back
I got
to
off the hook? What if I got off the hook right now?
I'll get you off this.
I love how in this world mechanical engineering is just a basic life skill.
She does not like me.
That works too.
There's another hook right there. She's phasing after you, Miss. Nope, she's phasing after me. Okay, that's good.
Because you're exposed.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
can't
exposed
get
as
out.
well now. No,
Where's the totem? I need a
Exposed
totem.
now.
Totem, 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 come on, come on, totem, totem, totem. Where are you? Why are there never any totem? Oh, totem!
It's not.
Nightjar, thank you for 64 months. Look at you. And Kerm, 18. Oh my gosh, all of you coming in to sub in the last minute. Okay, so
Still halfway.
would anyone like to come get heals? Oh. If you come into my aura. Hi.
Aleph, she wants after you.
Whiff.
Work it.
Ma'am, please.
I'm exposed. Get him.
Killer blind! Shark Dog, hey, thank you for converting your sub. It's very kind of you. Okay, well, you know, sometimes things just don't go your way. Hot girls get second hooks. Hot girls get second hooks, what can I say?
Phase towards
I like that some wood can slow down a demonic spirit, right? Let's get away from here. Let's not be here. Oh, what if we... Let's go towards my,
She's on her way.
Is that pain res?
Yeah, probably. My first hook. But that means that it cannot trigger anymore on people. Luckily, pain res only triggers on your first hook on a certain.
How am I gonna get to you?
Long way
I'm
around,
on my
looks
way. I'll be there eventually. That flyaway hair is a new trend. Imagine getting stabbed by a woman with that much flyaway hair. Hey. She's fashionable, alright? Do you mind if I, like...
Run.
I mean, I'm always running from my problems from life. You don't have to tell me twice.
Aren't we all?
Death.
That's her setting off that snowman, I think.
Yeah.
I'm recharging.
I'm gonna run after you
Cool
because
box.
you are still exposed. And I'm dead.
It's okay, I don't mind dying. The sweet embrace of death doesn't scare me anymore. She's right there.
We lose a teammate.
Nope, she's here.
How long do you still have left? I can't see the timer on the stream.
It's just a little bit, just a tiny little Gucci gang.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Motherfucker. So we need to have a chat about our friendship.
I did not know you were over here. Okay, well, she moved.
No, it'd be at me.
Oh, you were here too. There is
You
no
have a stealth
pallet.
build. Even your teammates don't know where you are.
Oh, she finally hit me.
Do we even bother doing gens? So you're saying it's probable if I go outside? No thanks.
Crap.
Imagine. Imagine touching grass.
Such a range.
It couldn't be me.
That's a Boo and Mousie.
Oh, hi.
Are you there?
I'm here. Right here, right here. Turn around. Hi, hi, hi.
Wherever.
Hey, Davey! Thank you so much for 17 months!
No.
What if we were friends? What if we were friends? We're not friends. Godspeed. No worries, guys. Support some amazing people. That's very kind of you. That was just bad luck. Listen. Sometimes hot girls death hook. Do you think she uses hairspray? Hair gel, hairspray, hair mousse. Oh Christ, it just... Do you remember that time your friend stabbed you to go through your purse and steal your anti-frizz serum? Oh my gosh. Happens to the best of us. Leave this poor woman alone. Hair is difficult. It is very difficult. It's difficult for me as well. Like, I had amazing curls yesterday, and today they just decided to go, nope. Curls? What are those? Let me just go down to wave. Imagine they're camping.
The hatch?
Probably.
Possible.
They found it. Your hair looks
Now we
great.
wait.
Curls night. No curls. Thank you, Davey. That's very kind of you. Did she just phase?
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
phased to the other exit. I'm waiting for her to check on this one now.
Bruh.
A little while before she has power.
I don't know if you're gonna have the time.
Well, either way.
Waiting. Everyone, waiting.
We're out.
Boys, we
One
got
person
one!
minute, we got one! Yes! We did it!
Run like the wind!
Oh, she had no end too.
Oh!
What?
That
Strider,
would've been very
Scourgehook
bad.
Pain, make your choice, and no end?
Ooh,
What a way to
I am
end it.
glad I waited.
We actually got one out.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been very bad if she managed to get me there.
Alright, well. Yog chat, thank you for hanging out with me on this glorious DBD session. I'm amazed that they let me do this, and I'm amazed that all of you hung out with me. It was very cool to have you here. Thank you, lads, for playing with me. Very cool of you as well.
You are very welcome. It was fun.
Of course.
I'll hop out of the voice chat here and end things out. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Woo! But yeah, you can find me over at twitch.tv/Mousie. I stream all sorts of things. Dead by Daylight, Lethal Company, Final Fantasy 14. What else do I stream? Oh, we're currently playing a bunch of games that I promised to do for our Jingle Gem fundraiser thing. So we'll be back to doing the Quarry probably tomorrow or Monday, something like that. It might be Monday. Oh, Monday's Christmas. I completely forgot. But, yeah, listen, sometimes I forget these things, but yeah. Have a great rest of your evening, Yogscast. See ya. Wait, should we send you over to somebody? Is there somebody on after me? Wait, before we go, is there somebody on after me? Do we know? Mods? Peepers? Little peepers? Is someone on after me, or should we... Nah, I can raid someone. Nightjar, pick someone to raid. Let's do it. No one on tonight. Okay, cool. Sending him we're sending you over to Bree. All right. Be good to Bree. All right, homies. I'll wait until you're all gone, or I'll just go. All right. Stick around for the raid. All right. I'm watching you. Have a good one. Is it going? When does the button show up? I'm a professional streamer, homies. This is my job. Clearly, I know what I'm doing. I'm accomplished. I'll have you know. I can just make Mousie sit here now. Nightjar, please! I am trying my best, okay? You have all the power! I am doing my best here. The mods...